Okay, fellas, today is a daf that separates the men from the boys. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. Okay. I'll again I will try to do my best. Okay. So let's go back to the Mishnah. Go back to the Mishnah on Kuf Nun Gimel Amid Aleph. So the Mishnah says like Kosev Ba Shchiv Meira. It doesn't say in the star that it was a star of Shchiv Meira. Usually it would say I was sick in bed, right? And it doesn't say that. He says I was a Shchiv Meira. Behein oimrim bari hayisa. They say you were a bari. So his taina is I got better, and therefore I want my possessions back. They taina that you were a bari, and therefore it's ours outright. It belongs to us. Okay. Sarach levi raya sheshchim rahaya. Says Reb Meir, says Reb Meir, the onus, who has to prove it? He has to prove it. In other words, we will go kidda hashto. We'll look at the now. What's the now? You're healthy and well. We'll say just like you're healthy and well now, you were healthy and well when the star was written, right? And therefore, prove that you were shtiv mirah. So you have to go ahead and bring a proof. Good. How, guys? Here's important. That proof will have to be with Eidim. You'll have to bring Eidim that you were shtiv mirah. According to Reb Meir, you're going to have to bring Eidim. Now, the Chachamim oimrim hamoitzi mechaveroi olav haraya. The Chachamim, they're of the opinion we keep the cheskas mammon where it was. Who had the chazaka that belonged to him? The Nisain Matana, the one who gave the Matana. He was the one, he had it in his possession. He was the Nisain Matana, right? So therefore, he, the Makabel, would have to bring a raya. Now, fellas, listen, I'm giving you, here's the akdama. The raya, according to the Chachamim's raya, is the machloikis in the Gemara. What raya do they have to bring? Do we have to bring a raya with Eidim that you were healthy? Right? Or do they have to be Mekayim the Shtar? And if they're Mekayim the Shtar, that will be okay. So that is two opinions. So the machloikis of the opinions is the raya of the Chachamim. Like Reb Meir, clearly the raya is Eidim. The Noisain is going to have to bring a raya that he was a Shchiv Meira. That the onus, according to the Chachamim, the onus is on the Mekabel, the one who got the Matana. Yes. What raya? That is the machloikis. What the raya is? Do they have to bring a raya be'edim that the person was healthy, or just be mekayim the shtar? Okay, that's what we're beginning to share. So we're beginning on Kufnun Dalit Amid Aleph. Kufnun Dalit Amid Aleph.
Whoever's holding it.
Whoever's muhsik. So the muhsik, yeah, you have to say the muhsik would be the Nisain.
If he has it, the other guy has to bring a raya.
Correct.
Vice versa.
Correct. Now, over here, but the might see is the question is obviously it's not in their possession. Rabbi asked that yesterday. Now, says the Gemara, the Chachamim's raya, what is it? Now, again, guys, I'm telling you, the raya of Reb Meir is clearly Eidim that he was a Shchiv Meira. Okay, B'mai, Rav Huna Amar, raya be'edim. The raya is with Eidim. The raya that the Makabel has to be be'edim, that the guy was what? That he was bari. Rav Chista v'Rab Rav Huna Amri, raya b'kiyam ashtar. The raya is by Mekayim the Shtar. In Mekayim the Shtar, the assumption is that what? That says the Rashbam, raya b'kiyam ashtar. Raya shomru chachamim, hamoitzi mechaver olav raya, b'kiyam ashtar kama rabbanon. Shetzarech l'kayim shtaroi, that the Nisain will not be able to tie its mezuyif. The kivin in Iskayim shaloy al pia Nisain, since it's Iskayim not through the mouth of the giver. The ain't kind of peshasa. Okay, we'll get into the peshasa soon. Okay. Now,
but this prove that he was a shchiv.
No. Again, all you want to do is be mekayim the shtar. If you're mekayim the shtar, we assume the Eidim sign in the shtar, and therefore what? It's not mezuyif. And therefore, you'll be able to collect with it.
If the Nisain admits that the star is a valid star.
Okay. So that's a very good point. Now, if the Nisain is admitting it, right? You don't, but you don't have a pesha asa. He's this. Let's go through it. Dov. Rashi's going to bring. Dov says, why do you need kiyum shtaris? After all, he's just saying it's a good star. He's just saying he was a shchimera. Good. That's the point over here. That's the whole chiddush over here. Says the yachol. Why do you have to be mekayim? That he doesn't have to say that what it was mezuyif, that the star was what, that the star was mezuyif, that it was a counterfeit. The kivin in the skayim shaloi al pi saying, since it was authenticated not through the mouth of the giver, the ein kana pesha asa hu pesha hitter shari loy neskayim al pi saying. The name amigu yavoi balashtar v'yiskemat nasai. In other words, if I would say the following, a guy comes along and says that what, a guy comes along, two Aiden come along and they say, we signed on the star, but we were forced. Okay, so they signed on the star. The same one that says we signed on the star, saying they weren't good Aiden, right? In other words, if a guy comes along and says the star was paid up, he goes, he kind of, you have money in my hand. And where's your star? He goes, the star is mezuyif, right? So then you have to go ahead and stamazai, you have to be mekayim the star. A regular star, you wouldn't have to be mekayim. It's all din rabbanan, right? We have edim shekoysim al star kamich shenechru edus bebezdin. If a guy produces a star with edim, we're not choyshed that the edim are liars. But over time, unfortunately, they became liars, and therefore you need kiyum shtaros, which is the rabbanan in nature. Now, sometimes the star is mekuyim through the edim themselves, or the person themselves. The person says, this star is a good star, however. So by him saying it's a good star, you believe, and then you have to believe the however, because the also, whatever he's going to say. But over here, you don't have that. So he's saying it's a good star, but I was a shliv meira, right? Now, why don't you have it over here? Because we don't want to rely upon him. We're going to have Eidim come and be Mekayim. So therefore, since you don't have a Pesha Asa over here, why don't you have a Pesha Asa? Because it's not being Mekuyim through the nice thing. It's being Mekuyim through Eidim. The name of Migu Yavai Balashtar V'Yiskab Mat Nasai. The Kuliyam Azlina Basahashta. Everyone goes after now. Here's important. According to the one that says Kiyam Shtaris, everyone holds you go after now. You don't go after the Cheskas Mammon. You go after the fact that he's healthy now. He's healthy. Kiraba for Reb Nassim. The Kivin the Bori, who, since he's healthy, the Akshav Zoicha Balashtar, Achi Kaim Shtaroi, Shlayachel Naisin Lepasloi. Okay, so here's the var. Let's go through it again. It's outside. We look at this guy right now. He's healthy. He's healthy. We look at him right now. He's healthy. He's healthy. Okay. Everyone, according to Rav Huna, we don't look at him healthy. We need Eidim. We go after the Cheskas money. Over here, according to Rav Chisda, even the Chachamim say that what you go after what his now. You're going after his health now. Good. What's the kasha then? If you're going after his health now, why do you believe him? Right? So Enochinami, according to Reb Meir, you don't believe he has to go ahead and bring Eidim. According to the Chachamim, the raya that Makabel has to bring is what? Is that it's a good star. It's a good star. In other words, we're not going to go ahead and say that we're not relying upon him. Had you go ahead and relied upon him, you'd be right. This is the chiddush over here. You're not relying upon him. Why are you not relying upon him? Because you have Eidim. You're going to bring Eidim. Since I'm bringing Eidim, and therefore what? If you do that, and he's healthy now, we'll give it to you. That's the chachamim. He's healthy now, and you have Eidim. So it's enough to go ahead, and because again, you're going after now also. So it goes ahead and voids his taina of what? Of Shtiv Meira. What would his taina be? I'm a kind of star, and I said, Mishkamira, you're not a kind of star. Who's the kind of star? The Eidim that you're bringing. Okay? That's
the star saying that
the star doesn't say. It doesn't say. It doesn't say in it that he was a Shtiv Meira. And it doesn't say he was healthy either.
They're just signing that.
So again, since you don't say either way, right? You have to go ahead and you put the cheskas money where it is. Okay, so now says the Gemara. Rav Huna Amar Raya be'edim. Rav Chisda Rav Huna Amar Raya became a star. Rav Huna Amar Raya be'edim. Kamiflagi beplukta. Rav Yaakov Rav Nassim. Like Rav Yaakov, we said yesterday that you go after the cheskas money, right? You go after the cheskas money. Therefore, what? they have to bring a raya. The Chachamim say they have to bring a raya with Adim. Bring a raya with Adim that he was a healthy person and you're good. Reb Nosson says, no, you go after the Hashta. Hashta is healthy, so you, the nice in Matana, have to bring a raya that you were Shtemera. That's the easy way, guys. That's the easy one. Good? Either way. Each one has to bring Adim. Now, Remeya, Reb Nosson. Remeya holds like Reb Nosson that you go to the Hashta. Therefore, the onus is upon the Noisein. Rabbon and Reb Yaakov. And therefore, the onus is on the Makabel. The onus is Makabel. So again, this is clear cut Adim. So you go back to our Mishnah, guys. Let's go back to the Mishnah on Kufn and Gimel Lamed Aleph. Like Kosaba Shchimera, who I'm a Shchimera Hayisi, Vehain I'm in Bari Hayisi, Sarach Levi Rayish Shchimera Hay. Did Rameya. Rameya says the no saying, the one who gives it, since you go after Kidahashta, guys, you're going after his status now. Is he healthy now? Yes. If he's healthy now, he was healthy before also. So you want to say you're a Shchimera, bring Adim to that. You, the Noisin, has to bring Adim. The Chachamim Moimrim, we hold Rabbi Yaakov. We go after where the money. Who has the money? The Noisin. Makabel, you want the money? You bring a raya that he was that he was healthy. That's the easy way out. That's the easy way out. Okay, good. Back by us. Rav Chisda, Rav Huna, Ami Raya B'Kiyim Ashtar Kamiflagi. They're arguing Kiyim Shtaris. Guys, according to Rav Chisda, everyone holds you go Kidahashta. They hold both hold like Reb Nosson, guys. You hear? Fellas, they both hold like Reb Nosson. They both hold you go after Kidahashta. You're going after now. And what's the machlokes? Whether you have to be mekayim or not. There may a sava moide b'shtasha kasvay ain't it tzarich l'kaymay. He's moide. This is what Reb Dov. This is your taina moide b'shtasha kasvu. Since you were moide that you wrote the star, right? Then ain't it tzarich l'kaymay. You don't have to be mekayim it, and therefore what you therefore want to prove you're a shlemeira, right? You therefore what? They have to. You have to bring a raya. In other words, according to Remeya, it's Adam, guys. Guys, very important. According to Remeya, since you were moida that the star is good, the only time you have to keep your money is that you were shtemera. Bring Adam that you were shtemera. In other words, everyone holds Remeya you need Adam, right? You guys got that? However, the Chacham Rabban and Savri moida b'shtar shekasvu. Even though you were moida that the star is a good star, sarach l'kaima. You want to be moitzi money from this guy, sarach l'kaima. That's the machlokes. So again, if you hold Adim, it's totally in the machlokes whether you go after cheskas money or you go kidahashta. According to this, everyone holds you go kidahashta. And the machlokes is, and Rameya says, you'd have to bring Adim that you were shchiv meira. You, the Makabel, want to take money, you Makabel, right? It's sarach l'kaima. Even though he was Maida, it's Sarach L'Kaimai, and therefore you Makayim the star where he can't tie it's Mezuyif, then you're good. That's the machlokes. Read the Gemara. But if the Gubachad is Zimna, you already right? You already argued this, the Tanya. Okay, this is the case of Gemara in Yudches in Ksubis, where Adam Kam, they say to authenticate a star, they say, is that your signature? They say yes, but we were Katana. Or we were anas and we were forced, right? Hapesha asa, who pesha hitta. This right, the pesha asa. The guy, this is goes back to your yeshiva days. Hapesha asa, pesha hitta. The same peh that said that it's a good star is saying what? It's not, right? So now are they believed? Now, guys, if you hold that moed b'shtar shekasvu ain't it sarif l'kaimoi, they're not believed because I don't need them. If the guy's mitzvah star was written, then why do you need Adam? But if you hold Moed B'Shtar because it's Saraf L'Kaimai, then we're basing it upon them. Then what? Then they're believed. So now, the Tanya Einam Mana L'Paislei Div Reb Meya. Reb Meya is of the opinion that they're not believed apostle because why? Ain't it Saraf L'Kaimai? That's the maskana there. Reb Meya, the Reb Meya v'Chachamim Moimrim Ne'emonim, they would be believed apostle because tzarichim, because it's Saraf L'Kaimai. So, Fred the Gemara, we have the machlokes whether it's Sarach L'Kaimai ain't Sarach L'Kaimai in Masechta Ksubis. Why do you have to have the same machlokes here in Masechta Baba Basra? This is according to Rav Chisda in the Shitas Chachamim. And that's the hard part of the shir, guys, is keeping the cheshbon of the who is over here. So let's just go through it one more time. I'm taking the challenge. You have over here the shita of Rav Chisda, that the machloikis between the Chachamim and Reb Meir and Mishnah is the following. Like Reb Meir, that you tiny your shriv meirah, the onus is upon you to bring Aiden that you were shriv meirah. Reb Meir, you're good. It's the Chachamim that's challenging. Like Rav Huna, the Chachamim also, they bring a raya that you were healthy and that you were shriv meirah and you're good. According to Rav Chisda in the Chachamim, that's where machloikis between Reb Meir and like Reb Meir, kiyum shtar doesn't mean anything because you don't need kiyum shtaris. According to Chachamim, you have to go ahead, even though you might that it was written, you have to makayim it. So therefore, we go after kidahashta. You're a healthy guy now. You're a healthy guy. Everyone goes kidahashta. So therefore, I'm looking at you healthy. I got a star over here. So says the Chachamim, you the makabel want to go ahead and get money? Go ahead and be makayim the star and you get your money. That's it. That's the machloikas between the two. Fred the Gemara, we had this machloikas once before. We had in the Masech the Ksubis that like the Chachamim tzarich l'kaimai, and therefore the Eidim are believed because they have a pesha asa who pesha hitter. Hey, I'm making the game and making the rules, right? Without me, nothing's beginning over here, right? So I'm telling you that I was a cotton. I'm telling you I was I was forced into this. I have no choice. I have to believe you. Like the Remei, I don't have to believe you. Why? Because I don't need you. Okay, so Fred the Gemara, if I have that machloikas there, why do I need it over here? Okay, if I have the machloikas there, why do I need it over here? And for the Gemara, tzricha, you do need to tell me both. The Amar Hahi, if you tell me Masech the Ksubis, fellas, the Hahi Kamer Rabbanon. The other Rabbanon say that you would need to go ahead what, and they believed. Why they believed? Mishum Dalimi Edim Umar Ishtara. Edim are powerful. They can go ahead, they make the star, they break the star. Therefore, they believe. Tapeshasa. Aval hacha, who deloy kol kamina? Right? Does he have the power to say, I was a shriv meirah? Just because he says I'm a shriv meirah, we're going to go ahead and break the star. So what's the chiddush over here? Sarach l'kaimai, despite the fact that what? That he's saying he's a shriv meirah. In other words, we don't believe him. He doesn't have that power. So he's maida. He's maida that what? He was he's maida that the star was a good star. What's he claiming? I was a shriv meirah. We have to believe him. We don't have to believe him. There's no by Adim, we have to make the Adim, since the Adim make the star, they make the star, they can go ahead and passel the star. Ne'amonim. This is the Chachamim. The Chachamim making this distinction between the Gemara and Kesubis and Agamara. In Kesubis, where they are Adim and they're making the star, Memela, they can break the star. Over here, what? Good, he's saying it's a good star, but he's going to tell you what? We're dependent upon him to make it a good star? Right? Why? Because he's saying, oh, Shchib Meirah. He's very healthy right now. Right? Therefore, the chiddush is that even over here, right, he would be tzarich l'kaima. You have to go ahead and be mekayim. We don't say do away with him. So if you tell me over here, baha kamer Rab Meir, where it's only one individual, but you don't have Adim. Aval bahach, but the case of Ksubis, we have Adim who are making the star Eimah Moida Lul Rabbanon that what so that they're believed. So we could tell me that even there what that ain't it tzarich l'kaimai like Rab Meir and they're not believed. Good. V'chein amar Rabba, raya be'edim. Rabba holds like Rav Huna that the Chachamim hold that you have to bring a raya be'edim that you are that meaning the makabel matana has to bring a raya that he was healthy, like in Shitas Chachamim. Amalei Abaya, my timer. What's the reason of the Chachamim? If it's because in every star, that's a star shriv meirah, it's of a bari, it says kahave mahalach al ragloyi b'shuka. I was walking in the street. In other words, the way of saying I was healthy. Ubeholek sivba, and therefore by not saying it, shmamina shriv meirah hava, you hear that he was a shriv meirah. In other words, it doesn't say he was healthy, so we assume if it doesn't say he was healthy, he must be a shriv meirah. Adarabba, midekula ksibuhu, when all the shtaros of the shriv meirah say kad kotzer when I was sick for Rami Barise and I was in my bed. Well, like Kosaba, The inference is shmamina, bari havi. You were healthy. So now you don't know which way to go with the star. So ikla me mahacha. What's the din? Uki memayna b'cheskas mari. They're going to go ahead and put the money b'cheskas mari. Good. So let's just chazer riba quickly. Machlokes in the Gemara, what the reason for the chachamim is? Like Rav Huna and Rabbi, the machlokes is what's the raya? Eidim. You have to bring eidim that what? Since you go after the cheskas of the money, you bring eidim that what? You want to take it away the money from him? Bring eidim that he was healthy and you'll get your money. Easy enough. Like Rav Chisda. Like Rav Chisda, it's a little more sophisticated. You're also going after the hashli. You're not going after the cheskas money. You're going after his now. What is he now? He's healthy and well. But 1 second. Okay, you want to go ahead and get your money. You don't need eidim that he was a shchemera. We know he's healthy. We're muchsik that he was healthy. You know why he's healthy now? What do you have to do? Be mekayim the star. You the makabel, go ahead and be mekayim the star, and everything will be okay. Good. That's the machlokes between the two. Like Reb Meir, you're gonna have to bring eidim. Even like Rav Chisda, you're gonna have to bring eidim that he was a shchemera. That was a bari. That was bari. Guys, good. I hope so. It gets harder. Okay, now. Ubeplukta the Rabbi Yochanan. We're going to have machlokes between Reish Lakish and Rabbi Yochanan, and that's going to be the same machlokes Rav Huna and Rav Chisda. Outside, Rav Huna said Eidim. Rabbi Yochanan's going to say Eidim. Rav Chisda said Kiyim Shtaros. Reish Lakish is going to say Kiyim Shtaros. Good. Ubeplukta the Rabbi Yochanan on Raya be'Eidim. The Raya of the Chacham is be'Eidim. Rav Shimon ben Lakish holds like Rav Chisda on Raya be'Kiyim Ashtar. Esvei Rabbi Yochanan who says the Raya is be'Eidim. Reb Shimon ben Lakish who says the Raya was Bishtar. Ma'isa b'bnei Brak. There was an incident in Bnei Brak. Be'echad shemoichev b'nichsei aviv. There was a guy. And his father died, and he inherited the land, and he sold it. Umeis, and he died. The one who sold it died. Uba b'nei mishpacha, and the members of the father's family who were there to inherit the land came. The Iru Loimar, and they were claiming cotton haya b'shas misa. He was a cotton at the time of misa, and the sale was no sale. Now the havamina of the Gemara is the Yarshim are holding on to it, and the Lakuchais, the one who bought it, want to take it back. They want to take it away. But they bought it, they didn't take possession. So the muchsik is okay, and their taina, you did sell it, but it wasn't a sale. It wasn't a sale. He was a cotton. He wasn't a cotton. Now again, so who's being mitzi from who? The ma'ara, the lekuchais are being mitzi from the b'nei mishpacha. Now that's the havamina. Vishalu es Rabbi Akiva mahu lebait guy. You know what? You know what they wanted to do? They wanted to go ahead, open up the kever, and check it out to see if the guy was a cotton or not. They wanted to see if he bought shtei saros and it comes to geld, right? He wanted to bring a raya. They wanted to open up the kever. Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to do now. Amalahem, iatim mishoyle navlei. First of all, you don't have a shus to be menavel. For oid, and even if you did, any simon can change after misa. So whatever you're going to find is nishkain simon. It's not a good simon. You don't know. So that's the incident. Now, from this incident, fellas, Rabbi Yochanan is going to bring a raya that they have to bring Eidim rather than Kiyim Shtaris. Good? Now, who's holding on to it? The Yarshim. Now, Bishleima Lididi, Bishleima, according to me, Rabbi Yochanan, the Aminan that I say, raya be'Eidim, the raya is with Eidim, Kivin the Amal Lukuchais. Since they told the Lukuchais, I see Eidim, bring Eidim, V'lei Ashechu, and they couldn't find Eidim, and they said, Mahu lebaitkai. They came and they told Rabbi Kiva, listen, we can't find what Eidim that he was not a cotton. So let's go ahead and open up the grave and prove that he was a cotton. Like you, that the lekuchas would have to be a raya b'kiyim ashtar. Lamu lebaitkai l'kaim shtara. Why would lebaitkai l'kaim shtari v'look minichsei? Why would they have to check? Go ahead. Why would you not open the grave? Just go check the star. In other words, if the Lekuchais why was Lekuchais claim? Go ahead, open up the grave. In other words, the only avenue they had to get this was with Adam. They couldn't find Adam. So you know what? Let's go to the source. But if the raya, that the makabel, in this case, the Lekuchais is the makabel, would be to go ahead and be Mekayim, why do they have to go all this trouble opening a grave? Go be Mekayim the star and you'll get it. That's the kasha that Rabbi Yochanan, who says Adam, asked to Rabbi Shlakush, who says Kiyam Shtaris. Is easy way out. Go be Mekayim the star. The great kasha. Great kasha. Okay. You know what the problem is? It was the Lekuchais who had it. It's not, I remember I told you the Havamina is the Yarshim had it. It really was the Lekuchas who had it. So therefore, the Moitzi over here is the Bnei Mishpacha. They want to take it away. So what changes? So now, this is what Reish Lakish said, Rabbi Yochanan to Reish Lakish. And for the Gemara, Mi Savis Nichsei Becheskas Bnei Mishpacha Kaimi. Do you think that what? That it was in the possession of the Yarshim? The Ka'asa Lekuchas Uma'arer. And the Lekuchas are coming along and they're being Ma'arer that it belongs to them. Nichsei Becheskas Lekuchas Kaimi. The Nechasim were in the Chazak of Lekuchas. They already taken possession of it, Rabbi Yankel. They already taken possession of it, right? They had it. The Ka'asi B'nei Mishpacha, the Kama'ara, the B'nei Mishpacha coming and saying, no, he was a cotton. The sale's not a good sale. So they want to be mitzi for him. Okay, so what would they say? Could you open up the grave? So Hachi Sachanami Mistabra, Midagamalahu Iatem Mishoy Lenavloi. You don't have reshus to go ahead and open up the grave to Misnavel, Vishtiku, and they accepted that. Guys, guy owes you a guy. You bought a big piece of property. Guy's buried in his grave. You know this guy was a gadol. They're tanning is a cotton. They say we can't open the grave. It's not covered. What do you say? Open and open and open and open. You know. So, in other words, you see from the conversation between the person that asked and Rabbi Akiva that they accepted what? That they accepted it. So now, Vishtiku. It's the name Mishpacha claiming it was a cotton. Mishum Hachi Yishtiku. Therefore, what? They were quiet. If you can say it's the Melkuchis who were going ahead and complaining. We gave him money. Go ahead and open it. You know, we want our money. On that, the Gemara says you have no raya. You have no raya. You know why? Because hachi kamalahu. Guys, meaning it could be what? It's the lekuchas that are going ahead and claiming it. You said they would be menavel. The iatem mishoy lenavloi. V'oid. V'chisimru. What are you going to say? Zuzi shako lenavlo. He took money. Go ahead. I don't care. Open the grave anyway. Simonim asuyu lishtanis la'achamisa. Since they mishtana achamisa, so even if you would do it, it would not be a good raya. Even if you would do it, not be a good raya. Okay, so now let's shtel zichan machloikis between Rabbi Yochanan who holds Eidim, he holds like Rav Huna, and Reish Lakish holds like Rav Chisda, he holds Kiyam Shtaris, and they're both in the shittas of the Chachamim who say Amoitzi mechaverei alav lehevi raya. So says Rav Huna and says Rabbi Yochanan bring Eidim that he was bari. Says Reish Chisda and Reish Lakish just be mekayim the star because moed b'shar shekasvu right tzarich l'kaimai. Now, Shaul Reb Shimon ben Lakish, who holds Kiyam Shtaris, as Rabbi Yochanan who holds Eidim, Zu shenuya b'mishnas bar kapara. That we learned in the Mishnah of bar kapara, harishahoya oichel sadeh. A guy is eating in a field. He's been there a while. He's eating, fressing away, and this is of cheskas abatim fame. Uba b'cheskashi shaloi. So we think that what? It's his. The koral of echad error, loima shalihu. Guy says it's mine. For hoitzi zes oinai, and he produces a star. Loima shemerchartoli. The guy is sitting on the field, produces a star, says, you sold it to me. Oishin asatoli b'matana, or you gave it to me as a present. Im Omar Eini Make Bishtar Zemeolam. If the guy who's Ma'arer says, I don't recognize that star at all, meaning it's Mizuyif, Yiskayim Shtar B'chaysomav, like every other star, you go ahead and you, again, the whole machloikis of being Mekayim Shtar is Moide B'shtar Shekosvu, like Dov said, when you're Moida. But over here, no one's Moida. He's not Moida. He's saying it's Mizuyif. Then you Miskayim the star. So that would be no problem. You're claiming that what the star is Mizuyif, go ahead, get Adim to authenticate the signatures, and then you would have a right to go ahead and take the land away from the guy. However, Im Omar, Shtar Pasimhu, if he says the star is a Shtar Pasim was you want to look rich. So you should have a packet of stars, but it's not, it's paper, it's nothing. Or Shtar Amana, or you made a star based upon trust that, you had the scribe right there, the cipher right there, and you decided to go ahead and write it. And then you'll need to use it, you'll lose it, use it. Now, obviously, the Lekeach would be a fool to do this, right? But anyway, that's what he's saying, Shtar Pasim Shtar Amana Shemachati Lecha, Blenasatali Damim, you didn't pay me. So now he's claiming it's a good star, but not really a good star. Good. So, Em Yesh Edim, Holach Acha Edim. Vim Lav, Holach Acha Ashtar. And now, if what? You go after the star. Lema, let's say Reb Meir, he dam amoid b'shtar shekosvoi ain't it tzarich l'kaimoi, because the guy is tining that what he's moided that the star was written, and we're not going to believe him that it's pasim. We're not going to believe him it's amana. So let's say this goes after the chachamim who say like Reb Meir who says ain't it tzarich l'kaimoi, like me, but not Eidim like you. Tzarich v'loy rabbanon. So Amalei. So Rabbi Yochanan who said Eidim retorted to Reish Lakish loy. Shani Oimer, I say. In this case, that Moed B'Shtar Shekosvoi ain't it tzarich l'kaimoi, right? Moed B'Shtar Shekosvoi, that what? Ain't it tzarich l'kaimoi, that you would not have to be mekayim it. In other words, you would go ahead and believe the guy. 1 second. So now you're telling me that there's no machlokes. That's divrei hakol. Shani Oimer says Rabbi Yochanan divrei hakol. Everyone holds that what? Everyone holds that you have to be mekayim, and you don't have to. 1 second. How can you say that? But miflag polig. The Tanya, we just had a brisa, guys. Ain't them mon lepaisloi. Comes along Adim and they say we did sign it, but we were forced. We did sign it, we were katanim. Divrei Reb Meir. Why possible? Because we don't tzarich l'kaimoi. The chachamim oimrim ne'emanim. And the chachamim say they believed. Why they believed? Because tzarich l'kaimoi. So what's going on over here? So you're saying over here. The Chachamim are saying on one hand, they're saying ain't it tzarich l'kaimoi, and the other hand they're saying tzarich l'kaimoi. That's what Reish Lakish asked Rabbi Yochanan. So Amalei, Rabbi Yochanan said to Reish Lakish, I edim alima umari shtara. If the edim are strong enough and they're married to star, guys, the Gemara in Ksubis, the same teretz. The Gemara in Ksubis, who's making the star? The edim. And what are the edim saying? Anusim ayinu katanim ayusa. Iyu kol kamina. But would he have the power to go ahead and make it a shtar amana? Since he's moided that it was written, right? He wouldn't be believed to say it's a shtar amana. So in other words, Rabbi Yochanan is answering to Reish Lakish, your tzushtel to what? To Ksubis is not a good tzushtel. Over here, ain't it tzarich l'kaimai, right? Because why we don't? Who is he? But over there we hold tzarich l'kaimai, and therefore we have the Edom over there, and they can weaken the star. But over here, everyone would say, ain't it tzarich l'kaimai, once he's maida. Okay, now. V'haloi, mishimcha amru, yafoi are b'nei mishpacha. Now, what happened in the Maisa b'nei Brak? What happened in the Maisa b'nei Brak? Rabbi Yochanan said that the b'nei mishpacha, they were believed to say cotton, that he was a cotton. And therefore, since they believed that to say it's a cotton, tzarich l'kayim, the lekuchas would have to be mekayim it. But 1 second, you just told me where the guy is making the shtar, we don't believe him. Moed b'shtar shekaso, ain't it tzarich l'kayim, right? That's what you're saying. That's what you're telling me in the Maisa of the Brisa of Bar Kapara. Guys, let's go back. The Maisa in Bnei Brak. They were holding on to the Mishpacha had it. There was an error that what he was the guy that he was sold it. He died. They claimed he was the cotton. What did Rabbi Yochanan say? Sarach l'kaimai. Who's making the star? Not Adam. They are. So what do you see? Rabbi Yochanan holds sarach l'kaimai. So how can you tell me ain't it sarach l'kaimai? He's saying sarach l'kaimai. So Amalei, now the Gemara guys is going to go switcheroo. So again, right now we're saying that you hold sarach l'kaimai, right? Amalei said Rabbi Yochanan, Zu Elasa Amra. This is my Talmud Rabbi Elasa saying in my name. Ani olei amati davas olam. I never said sarach l'kaimai. I said ain't it sarach l'kaimai. Now guys, here's the problem. We have to go back over the whole Gemara where it's mashmi said ain't it's sarach l'kaimai, and now he's saying ain't it sarach l'kaimai. In other words, in the dialogue of the Bakapara, he's saying everyone holds ain't it sarach l'kaimai. I said sarach l'kaimai. In that, no, switch it around. He doesn't mean that. I never said that. I never said sarach l'kaimai. Ain't it sarach l'kaimai. That you told sarach l'kaimai in the Ma'aseh of Bnei Brak, that was my Talmud Rabbi Elazar. It wasn't me. I never said that we're going to believe the Bnei Mishpacha that to say it's a cotton, because why? Because ain't it sarach l'kaimai. So now, Reb Zera, im yichba Rabbi Yochanan be Rabbi Elazar Talmidai, if he could deny what Rabbi Elazar's Talmud said, yachba be Rabbi Yanai Rabbi, could he deny what his Rabbi Yanai said? Now, guys, in this conversation, we're going to see he says sarach l'kaimai. The Amar Rabbi Yanai, Amar Rabbi, moide b'shtar shekasvu sarach l'kaimai. That's what Rabbi Yanai said to Rabbi Yochanan. That's sarach l'kaimai. Even if you moide the shtar, you have to mekayim it. But Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi, loy mishnah seinu huzu. Is it not our mishnah? The chachamim moimim hamaitzi mechavera alav haraya. Right? Amoida that the shtar was written. I say I was a shriv meira. The makabel has to go ahead and be mekayim the shtar. So Rabbi Yanai, it's a mishnah. Who is saying this? Rabbi Yochanan. So what is Rabbi Yochanan saying? Sarich l'kaimai. Again, Reish Lakish challenges Rabbi Yochanan from a mishnah of Bar Kapara. Rabbi Yochanan says in that mishnah, Moide b'shtar einot sarich l'kaimai. You don't have to mekayim it. He challenges him from a Gemara in Baba Mitzi in Kesubis, where he says in Kesubis that what? That sarich l'kaimai. He's saying over there the reason they believed is because they're Eidim. Over here, it's just a single guy. It's a single guy. What about our Mishnah? Our Mishnah is a single guy. And what are you saying? You're saying that what? Sarach l'kaimai. So how do you reconcile what you said by Rabbi Yanai and the Mishnah of Rav Bar Kapara, where you said Einit Sarach? Guys, that's the two things. Bar Kapara Einit Sarach, Rabbi Yanai Sarach. So Rabbi Yochanan is now is in a flux. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. We have him openly saying in one place, Einit Sarach l'kaimai, and we have him saying over here with Rabbi Yanai, Sarach l'kaimai. That's the problem. Good? That's the problem. Says the Gemara, how are we going to deal with this problem? Let me. I'm making all of a raya. Ein raya ela b'kiyam ashtar. Beram nirin divrei Rabbeinu Yosef. We're going to have the words of Rabbi Yosef. You know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to switch him around, right? And we're going to switch the Amr Rabbi Yochanan, Amr Rabbi Yosef, Amr Shmuel. Zu divrei chachamim. Al Rabbi Oimer moed b'shtar shekasvu shet sarich l'kaimai. So in other words, now the chachamim say ain't it sarich, and Rabbi Meir is the one who says sarich l'kaimai. Now we're going to have to fit in that back previously to our Mishnah and the Gemara in Ksubis. So now, Umay divrei hakol. Okay, guys, if you look parallel to the Tosfos, Baram near the Rabbi Yosef, parallel to the Tosfos. So that it's Rabbi, not the Rabbanon. Amalei, Rabbi Yochanan said, Loi, Shani Aymed Divri Akol, Moed B'Shtash Kasav, Ain't it Tzarech L'Kaimai. I say everyone says Ain't it Tzarech L'Kaimai. But it's not, according to this, it's not Reb Meir, it's only the Chachamim. So what are you saying, Divri Akol? The way you're switching it around now, guys, is Reb Meir says Tzarech, the Chachamim say Ain't it Tzarech. Yeah, we have Rabbi Yochanan saying everyone says Ain't it Tzarech. So Fred the Gemara, Umay, 2 lines up where it gets wide. Umay divrei akol the einay tzarich, The Rabbanon l'gaber Meir Divrei Akoli. The Rabbanon l'gaber Meir Allah is like the Chachamim. So when it says Divrei Akol, it doesn't mean the Chachamim of Meir. It only means the Chachamim. But Einochanami, Reb Meir says tzarech. Read the Gemara. By Ifrit Tanan Am Mishnah, the Chachamim Maimim Hametzimich Aveiroi Alav Araya. We believe the Noisain saying, right, that he was a Shriv Meirah, and therefore the Makabel has to bring a Raya. So what do you see? Moide B'shtar Shekasvu Sarach L'Kaimoi. Guys, the Chachamim said in our Mishnah, Sarach L'Kaimoi. What does that mean? You have to bring a Raya. You have to bring a Raya. Sarach L'Kaimoi. Why? Because you're not Moide B'shtar Sarach L'Kaimoi. So therefore, they the Makabel have to bring a Raya. But 1 second, why do they have to bring a Raya? You hold ain't it Sarach L'Kaimoi. So on that, the Gemara says, Eipach, switch around that Mishnah. Guys, our Mishnah is switching around. That Reb Meir sells what? Sarach L'Kaimoi, and therefore the Noisin's, the Makabel's going to have to bring a Raya. And the Chacham say, ain't it Sarach, and the Noisin's going to have to bring a Raya. Fred the Gemara in Ksubis, Vatanya, Eine Monim Lepoisloi, Divrei Reb Meir. You're not believed to passel. Why? Because ain't it Sarach L'Kaimoi. Rabbanon Oimrim Nemonim, because it's Sarach L'Kaimoi. Eipach, switch that around too. Fred the Gemara of Rabbi Yochanan, Raya be'edim kamar. Rabbi Yochanan, he by Rabbi Yanai, didn't he say Lav Mishdasenu that Sarach L'Kaimoi? Guys, in the Brisa of Bar Kapara, he said in the Brisa of Rabbi Yanai, guys, go up where the lines get wide. Go up 1, 2. Where the lines get thin, go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. For Amal Rabbi Yochanan, Rebbe, Lav Mishdasenu Zu, that what? That Sarach L'Kaimoi. The Chacham Moim might say Varaya. So on the Gemara it says Eipach, switch that around also, right? Eidim Kamar says Kamar Eipach, switch it around. Lema Leipach Nami Tiyufta. So let's switch around the Tiyufta. On the Amid Aleph, guys, by the Ma'aser of Bnei Brak, who was he asking? Rabbi Yochanan was asking Reish Lakish. Let's switch around Reish Lakish asking Rabbi Yochanan. This is where everyone got a little back and forth. Again, if you just follow the line of reasoning, if throughout the whole sugya, Rabbi Yochanan saying Sarach L'Kaimoi, and now you have a kasha and it says ain't Sarach L'Kaimoi, and you can switch it around, then you have to go ahead and switch the whole sugya. So that's what we did. We switched the Mishnah of Rabbi Yan. We switched the Mishnah of Rabbi Yanai. We switched the Mishnah of Bakapara, and we switched the Gemara in our Mishnah, and we switched the Gemara in Ksubas. We only made 4 switches. Only 4. Mendy, don't you like this Gemara? We make it fit. I know you hate these Gemaras, right? Mendy doesn't like this. Again, Mendy, you have to realize something's not right. So there had to be a corrupt along the line. What happens if you make one mistake? I'm saying, and it follows through. So that's what happened over here. In other words, they're trying to get to the truth. So if one mistake is made, it's going to play itself out. It's not they're switching around to make it fit. They're switching around because obviously he himself said that what? Ain't it Sarach L'Kaimoi? So if he said that, there must be along the line something went wrong. Okay. Anyway, says Gemara. Okay, well, I can always try. Says Gemara, Leipach Nami Tiyufta, right? The Ma'aser of Bnei Brak. Let's say it's Rabbi Yochanan asking Reish Lakish. Says Gemara, Loi Hachi Kamalei. Right? This is Hachi Kamalei Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish. This is what he was saying. Bishlema L'Didi Damina Raya B'Kiyam Ashtar. Bishlema I hold the Rayim is B'Kiyam Ashtar. Haim the Mishkachas Lo the Nachte L'Kuchois L'Nechasim. In other words, how did guys in the Ma'aser Bnei Brak? Let's go back outside. The Ma'aser Bnei Brak, guys. The Ma'aser Bnei Brak. What happened? The kid sold it to somebody, and now what happened? The somebody had it. The Lekukas had it, and now the mishpacha is saying he couldn't sell it. He was a kid. How did it get in the hands of the Lekukas? It must be there in Mekayim the Shtar. It must be there in Mekayim the Shtar. In other words, it must be there in Mekayim the Shtar. So I say Kiyam Shtaris, and must be there in Mekayim the Shtar. That's how the Lekukas got it. They went ahead, they were Mekayim the Shtar. You're tiny, it's a cotton. We're Mekayim the Shtar, right? So Bishlema, that I say it's Kiyam Shtaris. I mean, Raya became a Shtar, he, Hainu the Mishkachas Law, the Nachte Lekukas Nenechasim. El Didach, the Armit Raya Be'edim, Again, we switch this around. Light Reb Yu Reish Lakish, who said the raya is be'edim. Heichi mishkachas la denachli l'kuchas min achasim. How do they ever get it? They'd have to bring a raya that he was a cut. They'd have to bring a raya that he wasn't a cotton. They couldn't bring a raya. He's dead. So Amalei. So on that, Reish Lakish said, "Ma'idin lecha ba'ara de b'nei mishpacha." In this case, I do believe what the era of the name mishpacha, the lav irahu, that it's not a good complaint. My kama cotton hoya chazaka ina edim chayis min al shtar elam kein nasa gadol. You got a star saying that what he sold it. If this is a little kid, these edim aren't starting the star. The edim not starting the star. So therefore, even though I hold the rayas be'edim, in this case, I hold it such a shvacha taina that right. So they have a chazaka that they wouldn't have signed on unless they had it. Okay, yotzim midvarenu, yeah. Again, it was making things fit, putting things in. Yotzim midvarenu. We began the sugya. We have a machloikus like this. We have machloikus between Rav Huna, who says edim, and machloikus in the Mishnah is between Reb Meir, who says you need edim that he was a shchir meirah. He'd have to bring a raya that he was a shchir meirah. And the Chachamim say they bring edim a raya that he doesn't have to bring a raya. The makabel of the matana would have to bring a raya so the noisim would have to bring a raya that he's a shchir meirah, like Reb Meir, and like the Chachamim, the makabel would have to bring a raya that he was a bari. That's the easy way out. Late Rav Huna, like Rav Chista, everyone holds you go after now, the here and now. You go after the here and now. The machlokes before, the one who said that the chazaka does not go after, goes after cheskas money. The chacham go after the money. They don't go after. You go after who's holding on to it. You don't go after who now. Lloyd Rav Chista, you go after now. Right now, he's a healthy person. I'm going to say that Shtar's not a healthy person. Okay, so you want to believe, you want to take it away from the lekuchis. So you have to bring a raya that you were shchir. You have to bring a raya shchir. Like the chachamim, no, the makabel has to bring a raya that we just be mekayim the shtar. We want to say the machloikis between Rav Huna and Rav Chista is machloikis in Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan holding like Rav Huna edim, and Reish Lakish holding like what? And Reish Lakish holding like what? Like Rav Chista, Kiyim Shtaris, right? That's what we wanted to say. We ended up saying that no, that in fact Rabbi Yochanan is of the opinion that's Kiyim Shtaris, and Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish is the one that says edim. And Rabbi Yochanan is of the opinion that Moed B'Shtar Shekasvu, initially we said that it's Sarach L'Kaimoi, and then we switched gears because of him bringing a raya, because of a kasha of a Meister Rabbi Yanai, where he brought a raya to Rabbi Yanai that Sarach L'Kaimoi. We went ahead and we ended up switching. We ended up switching around his shita. We ended up switching around his shita because we had a stira in one place and another place, and we ended up the only way to make it work out that he says ain't it tzarich l'kaimai, and therefore you'd have to switch the raya from the Gemara in the case of Bnei Brak. You have to switch the raya from the Gemara in Ksubis. You have to switch the raya from Rabbi Yanai, and we wanted to bring a kasha from Rabbi Yochanan to Reish Lakish in the Ma'aseh Bnei Brak. Bishleim according to me Kiyim Shtaris, we can explain how the Lekuchas ended up with it. They were Mekayim the shtar, and therefore they got it. But like you Adim, there's no Adim. The guy's dead. There's no Adim that he was a cotton. And the answer is, Rabbi Lakish says, I do believe in Adim, but in this case, I don't believe in it. Why? Because since there's a shtar over here, the two Adim signed on it, there's no way they were going to sign in the shtar unless the guy was a full-fledged gadol. Not bloggable material.